Going live once, going live twice, you're live. Hello and welcome to another day in the Milky Way. And tonight we got another great show for you from the Lost Book of King. Going live once, going live twice, you're live. Hello. You got to turn your voice. Yeah, there we go. All right. Tonight we got the Lost Book of King Og with my co-host, ISBE. Thanks for coming, ISBE. What do you got to say to the crowd?
I love you all. You're all wonderful. Favor be upon everyone. Prosperity is upon us all together.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
And you got some good news today. Why don't you tell everybody?
Well, I filed these 1099As to buy an SUV, and they got accepted by the IRS.
All right.
I'm very excited about this. It's going to put several $1,000s in my pocket.
And
on top of the cost of the SUV, and I'm going to be out and riding.
You're going to be able. You'll be able to go to that thing in June in Indiana with Grandpa Brian, won't you?
Yep.
Awesome.
This is going to happen.
It's going to happen. Awesome.
It's going to happen.
Awesome. Well, anyway, we got.
I can't wait for it. I just can't wait for it all.
We got a whole mess of people, and they were all waiting to hear how you're going to do that. And you're going to put that all on your channel, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna once I get this all gone through and everything, and I learn the complete process.
Yep. I'm
gonna be teaching.
That sounds like good, because I think Big Al he wants to buy himself an SUV too. And say what Jules. Jules wants an SUV and some cash in her pocket. And Lucky Stone, says the Soul Tribe is prospering. We are all prospering. Indeed, we are, Lucky Smith. We are prospering, and you're going to prosper. And Lucky Smith will be driving around in a big SUV too, with a pocket full of cash. You know,
we're all prospering together, brother.
That's right. That's right.
I love it.
And tonight we got a whole crowd full of people pulling in. We got all right. Lucky Smith is going to be on with me on Saturday, and I think we're gonna start out. And I know he's got an interest in this, and we're gonna start the process of talking about Atlantis, and I know that intrigues him. So I hope you're good. I hope you're good with that.
I'm always good with that.
And we got Andrew Phillips in the house, and we got 7P is in the house. Haven't seen 7P in a long time. Thank you for coming. I'm glad you're doing well. We got Jules. Jules, thank you. My gosh. I'm gonna look for somebody else to come on and talk about Atlantis. Anybody know anybody? Give me a holler, and we'll be.
We all gods and goddesses creating our reality together.
That's right. That's right.
You know.
Yeah. So anyway.
And yeah, there's some goddesses in here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So if you're interested in talking about Atlantis, I got several books on it. I've been reviewing them a little bit about the ancient world. It kind of goes along with the Indian stuff I've been doing. I think they're descendants of them, maybe, but we're going to discuss that and figure it all out. But if anybody else wants to come on and join the crowd on that, it's going to be an interesting discussion. And, as always, I'll put up a nice little slideshow for us to watch, just like always, and we'll just it'll be awesome.
I gotta refocus my camera just a little bit.
Yeah. Well, he says
got my head chopped off.
Atlanta, Georgia. Well, you never know. Maybe that was the second part of Atlantis. Yeah, no. Have you ever been?
There we go.
Have you ever been to Atlanta, Georgia?
I've been to Atlanta.
Yes. So have I. I've been to Atlanta. I went there with my friend and went there. He got married there, and I went with his whole family, and we went down and went to Stone Mountain, and he got married. I was best man. It was the best time ever. It was a great.
Oh
great
man,
time.
I'm just so happy though, man. I've been giddy. I've been like just freaking borderline crying with joy. This all went through today,
I imagine.
you know, because this is going to make my dreams come true. And it's going to make, you know, I'm going to be able to help other people
Absolutely.
do this too.
That is,
Once I
that
get
will
this
be the
process
best.
done and I'm riding in my SUV,
Mhm.
I'm going to be on top of the world.
Oh, Andrew Phillips, he says he's talking about putting fuel in his vehicle for the week is about $250. Well, you know what? I drive around all day, and it's lucky I have a company vehicle, because most every day I fill up. It's about $60 a day for me. And I work 5 days a week. So that's 60. Ooh, I beat you. $60 a day. But anyway.
Wow.
But anyhow, the thing is that I spend a lot on fuel. Thank God the company pays for it. I know, like, I dread the day when I have to fill up my fuel tank in my my big crew cab that I got. It's a big diesel. It's got a 90-gallon tank plus 2 side tanks, and I dread emptying them all because,
Wow.
oh my God, 90 times.
For,
how much is it? $5 a gallon for
gas,
the diesel? Oh
for
my.
fuel, for
Yeah, 90.
gasoline.
Somebody do the math for me, but I know it's a lot. That's going to cost me $500 or better to fill up. It used to cost me about $300, but now it's going to cost me $5. Dang gone that Go Brandon guy. Oh, okay. Well, we're going to get right into the show as people start piling in.
Well, I just want to say hi to everybody, and
absolutely
thank
say
you
whatever
for
you want.
coming. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I got this I got that messenger group going on. ISBE's with it. 1099.
Yeah, I like that. I've been watching that.
And
good.
I was really astounded how well that took off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you
I
know?
told you. You just got to get your channel up and running. Everybody's going to come watch.
Karen Lynn's in here too.
Yeah, there's Karen Lynn.
Welcome everybody.
Yep. But anyhow, okay, great. I think Andrew says he's got me beat. He says 250 is a small week. 325 to 375 is a normal week. Okay. Maybe you got me beat by a little bit, but at least I ain't paying for mine. The company pays. Thank God.
Well, I'm gonna need that. How do you get on top of that? And get on top of the price of that SUV, you know, for my travel.
Yeah,
Pay for that fuel and insurance.
That's right. That's
tags.
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna drive to Kentucky because I got the Kentucky driver's license. I'm here in Florida, buying the vehicle in Florida. So they're gonna put paper tags on it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drive it to Kentucky. And then I'm gonna have to pay Kentucky taxes, and all that stuff up there in Kentucky, you know, to get tags.
Yeah. Huh.
And they're gonna charge me out the ass for it, probably, but I might use 1099A to pay for that.
There you go. Oh, well, Big Al's got it beat. He's got the $1,200 a day, 5 days a week, $24,000 a month average. And then you wonder why all your products in the store cost so flipping much money. It's because of the shipping, people. It's all the shipping. Buy local.
Oh yeah.
Hey, truth seekers in the house. Thank
Hey,
you for
Truth
coming.
Seeker. Good
And
to
Scotty
see you.
boy.
Good to
Well.
see you, Scotty boy.
All right.
7P. I see.
Yep.
Andrew Phillips, Lucky Smith, Al Cirillo. Oh man, I love you all. Thanks for being here.
Oh, yep. Every time you said that, you know, the first time I seen his name, I seen it, and I don't mean to make a joke of it, but Al, first time I seen it, I punched it in, I typed it up, and I said to myself, Al Cilio. You know, and I'm thinking, oh, Al's such a hoot anyway, but he's a good guy.
It's Cirillo.
I know it's Cirillo, but it goes through my head first and not out my mouth, and I'm like, Al Cilio, and I'm thinking, what the heck? That ain't how it's said.
He's an awesome man. He is. He's a beautiful soul,
Yep.
I mean, he's one of my best friends.
Absolutely. And mine too. Big Al is all right in my book, and one of these days we're gonna meet. My gosh.
Yes.
As soon as he gets a truck route that comes up to North Dakota or South Dakota, I'll go down and meet him. But he's always so far away. I think he went through Montana a couple times, but anyway. Well, I got it pulled up, and I think we're on where you said we're on page 40, huh?
I think it's 46.
Page 40. 46.
Page 40, 46.
Yes.
Number 46.
Yes, there it is. I got it all pulled up. Can you see it?
Jonathan from the cold lands of elsewhere. Jonathan, whose flowing yellow hair, piercing eyes brought fear to all who looked upon him. Jonathan, who wore the pelts of unknown beast. Jonathan, who sacrificed daily to Baal of the sun. Jonathan, who was able to arouse the anger of Baal of the sun and call down large stones of fire against his enemies. Jonathan, who drank a potion, Ecolatus, and lost himself to the dark ones for 8 seasons. Jonathan, who helped tear down Nimrod's high places of Baal worship. Jonathan, who killed Nimrod's sons, whose names will not be mentioned, to blot them from the earth. Jonathan's army was 500 giants. Man, this is brutal shit, man.
Yeah, Enceladus, remember that was that other giant who was making all those, who was one of those making the potions, remember? Enceladus? Few pages back. Okay, 47, Gontoon. Gontoon from the cold lands of elsewhere. Gontoon, who wrestled mighty with the great beasts in the blood pits of Baal of the earth. Gontoon, who called down fire from Baal of the sun and did not receive it. Gontoon, who worshiped Baal in a wrong fashion and was promised every abomination before death. Gontoon, while strong of flesh, was weak of spirit and mind. Gontoon, of whom the dark ones avoided. Gontoon, who was caught, his eyes gouged, chained to a stone and lashed and abused by the Nephilim until he was dead. Gontoon's army was 500 giants.
I don't even want to think about how they abused him.
It was bad.
I'm pretty damn sure of that.
Yeah, man, these guys, all they thought about was death and destruction, I swear.
I mean,
rip out your innards and crush your head into the ground, and I won't speak your name because geez, talk about being bad, right?
That's some bad shit there, man. I don't even want to think about how they abused one another.
Yeah. You're up, 48.
Nebos, black giant from the hot lands of elsewhere. Nebos who escaped capture from Nimrod's army. Nebos who preferred a sword to an axe. Nebos who collected 3,000. Removed Nephilim heads from the fields and burned them in the high places. Gods we did not know, according to the rituals of the nation from which he came. Nebos whose dark ones stood beside him as trees walking. Nebos who shaped shores of the great land with stones and sand. Nebos whose foreign gods of the great waters to come. Nebos' army was 1,000 giants. Wow.
And there's another one who's talking about the great waters to come.
Yeah, well, he also, was talking about
what?
Oh man.
Oh, you were reading?
Yeah, you
sorry.
You went away on me all of a sudden.
I was getting ready to turn the page.
They cooking each other.
Yeah, he had gods we did not know. See, he's another one that was praying to gods that nobody knew. So he didn't pray to Baal or Mot or any of them. And he also knew of, it seemed like all the ones that were from somewhere else knew of the great waters to come.
Well, they said he was tall. He was like walking tree.
No, the dark ones who stood beside him as trees walking. Yeah. So the dark ones were like trees.
Wow. I just wondered how tall those were.
Yeah. Yes,
I mean, especially if you look at the what is that? Utah?
Yeah.
They've got that tree stump.
Oh yeah. The tower, Devil's Tower.
Yeah, I mean, how tall was that tree?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to go out there. I'm pretty close to that. I think I'll go out there this summer and take some pictures and check it out for everybody.
I'd like to do that myself.
there you go. Okay, let's get on with this. Soho the Black, long-haired giant from the hotlands of elsewhere. Another one from elsewhere. Seo, brother of Nibos. Seo, possessed by a powerful dark one who would change his form into an abomination for days upon end. Seos, whose madness was corrupted on the field of battle. Seos, whose warfare made no sense. Seos, whose heavy, dark hair was magnificent to all who saw it. Seos, who held fast to gods we did not know and would not depart from them. Seos, who dragged the dead bodies to Stolas for food. Seo, who had the eyes of certain death. Seos, who died at the hands and the weapons of the circumcised. Seos' army was 1,000 giants. So he was from somewhere else. And then he prayed to different gods. And he was from the hotlands too. Interesting.
They were eating each other.
Yeah. Yes, they were.
Had no problem with cannibalism.
Nope, no problem with it at all. Besides, they were hungry. Remember in the beginning, it said all the animals and stuff were dying. They were eating the little ones and stuff because there was no food, no animals. They had to go to the oceans to eat the bigger animals there.
I know one thing, I wouldn't have wanted to been around back then.
Nope, they would have just hung you up and ate you in a one gulp.
Yeah, just grab you and bite you in half.
Crunch your bones right up. Okay, you're up. Number 50.
Isdabar of golden skin and black eyes. Isdabar, who sacrificed all of his offspring to Baal of the sun before the unspoken mistake. Isdabar, who practiced all of the soothsaying, witchcraft, and openness to dark ones that he could muster. Isdabar, who created potions with insulatus that caused the giants to see the future tomorrow. Isdabar, who there had been no giant like him before, and who worshiped Baal of the sun with all of his soul and all of his might, according to the laws of the kingdom. Isdabar, who foretold the great waters to come. Isdabar, who had eyes of certain death. Isdabar's army was 500 giants. There's another one.
There's another one. Yeah.
Prophesies the flood.
This one had golden skin. Most of them were blacks, you know, they were black, but this one had golden skin. And he prophesied the great waters also.
Man, it must have been some terrifying thing to see, though, you know?
Yeah.
Absolutely. A big black giant, or white giant, or golden giant, or yellow giant.
Yep.
I mean, that must have been terrifying.
Oh, yeah. I mean, especially if you're a little guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you was a French fry to him.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Danava of golden skin and black eyes. Danava, whose dark ones protected him from arrows and spears. Danava, whose madness caused him to run headlong into battle. Danava, who attacked the circumcised Nephilim with fingers and teeth. Danava, who consulted a medium of Mot for guidance. Danava, whose staff was infused by the power of Baal of the sun, so that all who touched it were healed from various wounds. Danava, who walked with Baal of the sun as no other giant before or after. Danava's army was 500 giants. So
I'm surprised this book's so thin.
yeah, you see that? There you go.
Yeah, 10,000 giant war or 100,000 giant war.
Yeah, we're going through them 500 at a time.
Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised the book's so thin.
Yep. You're up.
Okay. That's kind of blurry right there, but it says
I did the best I could.
Yeah, I understand. It's all good. Crystal of the warmer lands of elsewhere. Crystal of gold skin and hair. Crystal whose army the dark ones made invisible. Crystals serving a Baal of the moon. Crystal who dark ones confused the circumcised Nephilim, so that they said, okay, gotta find my place now.
It's right at the top.
I hear them, but I see no one. Crystal of the army relentlessly killed and tormented the most Nephilim in the 100,000 giant war. Crystal who practiced the darkest sorcery of Baal of the moon within the, is that great land?
Great land, yes.
Crystal who had prophesied the great water. Crystal's army was 2,000 giants. This is man.
He predicted the waters to come too.
Yeah, I know. They knew it was coming.
Yeah, they knew it was coming.
I wonder if they left.
They left?
Yeah,
No,
if they got in spaceships and left.
No, they didn't have spaceships. They knew it was coming. That's why they were hoping for this moon child to change everything back. But they knew the waters were coming. And you know, I think the plan was, I mean, it's like anything else. And if these guys knew that the waters were coming, the other guys knew the waters were coming too. Now, the big part is if you got all these waters coming, it's like you know, they're going to go to war. It's just like we're doing right now. There's going to be less food, and people are going to go to war over the few scraps of food that are left. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's the same here. They were starving, and they were hoping for something better. And then when something happened, they were going to war. They knew they were going to kind of die off anyway, in some weird way.
Yep.
Oh, okay. 53. Tiamat of the lands along the waters. Tiamat, whose body was covered with scars from struggles with water creatures. Tiamat, whose presence brought fear into the hearts of the giants who had sent him in battle or seen him in battle before. Tiamat, who screamed at his army that ball of the moon was great and greatly to be feared above all other gods. Tiamat, whose army argued about the stature of ball of the moon. He and called down ice from the sky upon 100 of his own giants. Tiamat's army was 500 giants. I wouldn't want to be in his army, because if I was, he might kill you off himself.
Yeah, eat you for dinner.
Yeah. You don't
behave, man.
He'd kill you off.
That's some brutal moments there, you know. Times.
Yeah. These guys didn't have any mercy.
They couldn't have. They couldn't have.
No.
I'm like, I'm wondering if I may have had a past life during that time, but I can't remember it.
Yeah, I wish. Yeah,
thank God I can't.
Yeah, you might have remembered the couple bites you were, you know, chomp chomp, yum yum yum. You know what I mean? And then or what about if you were the next guy in line and he pulls out one and you go, well, there's nobody here left. I'm next. Oh shit.
And yeah, we be French fries.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
McDonald's French fries.
All right, you're up 54.
Yeah, so cool. The prophet of Mott. Suku never left Mott's temple until the time of the 100,000 giant war. Suku, of whom Mott spoke wisdom through. Suku prophesied the victory of the 100,000 giant war and the coming of the great waters. Suku possessed by dark ones. Okay, Suku possessed by dark ones that stood on his shoulders. Oh man. Suku possessed by dark ones that stood on his shoulders. How's that? He's a giant, right?
Well, the dark ones are like ghosts, you know? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it ain't like they wait a lot. I mean, they're just there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, you know, they portray the little devil on one side of your shoulder and the angel on the other side. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, me too. Suku possessed by the dark ones that stood on his shoulders. Suku who was aroused on the field of battle, so he so hated the Nephilim and lusted for their death. Suku drank the blood of the Nephilim he killed upon the field of battle. Suku was possessed by a demon that none had encountered before. Suku, who had the eyes of certain death, in a possessed state, attacked his own army, and he was murdered by them. Zukul's army was 2,000 giants. Think about that, you know? He drank the blood, you know, of the giants he killed. Could you get drunk off people's blood, you think? Oh, what happened? I think I lost you. Okay. Let me see if I can find the next part here in my book. So cool. Yeah. It's burr. Maybe so. So cool. Okay. To carry on here, I'm gonna be reading from the book. So I'm gonna carry this on. I don't know what happened with Robert, but we got some more reading to do. Zuko. All right. Atlan, one of the two tallest giants from the furthest edge of the land. Atlan, who hounded his circumcised enemies day and night with fury. Atlan, who never feared and put his trust in Baal of the stars and celestial bodies. Atlan, who saw Nephilim turn back in fear of his approach. Atlan, who swung his driver and chaser, exposing the yellowing entrails, blood, and bone of the circumcised Nephilim. Atlan, who twisted the circumcised Nephilim spells and curses against them with great cunning. Atlan, whose army marked the footsteps and the lay in wait for the circumcised Nephilim, who would collect the foreskins of the dead Rephaim on the fields of the battle. Atlan's army was 3,000 giants. That's brutal shit, man. I don't even want to think about living in a world like that. I mean, where's Christ love back in? You know? That's my question. It don't seem like there's much of that going on. Theotan, one of the two tallest giants from the furthest edge of the land. Theotan, whose red hair hung about his head as a testimony of his strength. Theotan, who hated the circumcised Nephilim with an unnatural, burning hatred. Theotan, whose army tore through the Nephilim as lions tear through the sick. Theotan, whose giants set fires with oil on the fields of battle and attacked outside it. Theotan, who worshipped all the stars and the celestial bodies. Theotan, who broke the circumcised Nephilim teeth in their mouths with rocks and other objects. Theotan, whose dark ones drove him pursue the Nephilim for days without rest. Ditton's army was 3,000 giants. Yeah, I know the power went out today. I don't know when that happened. Yeah. Were you smelling there, Scotty boy? It ain't me. Oh man. Welcome, Desert Rose. Scratch. Yeah. I'm still here. All right. I'm still here. I'll keep reading and keep the show going. This is wonderful, though. Sekeb, the hurler of stones and spears. It was said Sekeb could throw rocks and spears in his mighty arms that were as large as felled tree stumps, never tired. Wow, that's freaking huge. I don't even want to think about seeing a creature like that. Hey, Sky Project Skyfall. Good to see you. Witch Moon. Sekeb, who lived near trees, where the Rephaim tie their dead. Sekeb, who had a dark one so powerful that he could not be bound with chains, but they broke as a thread of tow when it touches the fire. Thread of tow. Sekeb, who sacrificed to Baal of the moon at dusk every evening. Sekeb's hate for the circumcised Nephilim was the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Wow, where have we heard that before? Oh man. And the evidence of things not seen. Sekeb, who had the eyes of certain death, Sekeb led an army of 1,000 giants who hurled stones and spears in battle. That's some really twisted shit there, though. Oh man, these people had no compassion.
There I is.
Oh, hey bro, welcome back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to do a restart myself, remember?
Don't know why my camera ain't working. Oh, come on. The dang thing's froze up.
I see your picture.
I know. It's not doing so good. That's okay. Hang on. Yeah, it's the camera. Why ain't my camera working? My camera says it's not working.
disconnect it from your computer on the USB, you know,
Yeah.
and then reconnect it and see if it.
I know. I got to find the end of the cord.
Yeah.
I got so many things plugged in here. I got like 40 different plugs.
Hey, Desert Rose, welcome, welcome.
It was working.
It might be those X2 solar flares there, Desert. Some twisted shit going on nowadays.
Nice.
I see you now.
Yeah, there I is.
You're all live now.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's just that the web camera just gave up on me. And it's just not having a good day here. Maybe I gotta go like this.
It's a mixed day, brother.
It just died on me, and I don't know why.
Well, it looks like it's working now.
No, that's because I got a different plug-in or a different. I plugged it in somewhere else. Sorry, everybody. I'm trying to do the thing, and you know, these things happen, and then they don't work just as fast as that. If I plug it in, maybe I got too many plugs in.
I need to get one of those hats like you got.
Yeah, I got this. This is Bionic Karana hat from Nina. Oh, now we're back. Hey, look at that! I fixed it on the fly too.
Awesome.
Hey, gone. I'm good.
You got it going on, yeah.
Yes, I do. Anyway, okay, we're getting back on track. Sorry about that. You know, those things happen, and we just go with the flow. And yes, I see Desert Rose is in the house, and Scratch, thank you for coming. Scotty boy, he was giving me hell. But that's all right. He's a fun character. One of these days we're gonna sit on the porch somewhere and he'll be cracking a beer. Anyway, okay, yeah. What page you on?
Well, at least smoking a blunt.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, what page you on now?
We're on 43 now, and 43. It's 58. Ballast.
All right. Woohoo! I'm back in business. I'm back in the saddle again. Do.
This is freaking awesome, though. You know.
Yeah, I know. You're doing good in the mood today. I like it.
Well,
okay.
I'm floating on cloud 9.
Floating on sunshine. Okay, which one am I
on? 58 ballast. The finisher. On page 43.
Oh, 43. Okay, sorry. I got page 47. 43. Oh yeah, you did Hurlisters of Stones. Ballast.
Yeah, I kept reading. You vanished, and I just kept
I know when it does that, you just keep right on going with the show, man. I told you that once before. Man. Just keep going. You did good. They were saying you're gonna win an Oscar, and I'm glad you just didn't go.
Elderberry, welcome.
Hey, Elderberry's in the house.
Yeah.
Cool beans. Ballast, the finisher, who slew all of the dying and wounded Nephilim on the field of battle. Ballast, who stacked the bodies of the dead Nephilim in large burning monuments to Baal of the earth. Ballast, who it was said the dark ones favored. Ballast, the soothsayer, who secretly worshipped Mot. Ballast, whose would force wounded Nephilim faces to swim together before they broke like pottery in his grasp. Ballast, who lowered himself to the ground and attacked the circumcised as a beast of the fields would. Ballast's finishers army was 2,000 giants who slew the wounded Nephilim on the field of battle. There you go. Okay, 59.
I just want to say one thing right quick. It's
Yeah.
kind of off topic. My stepmom is in the hospital and I need healing energy sent to her. Her name's Peggy. And I didn't even know if I was going to be able to be on tonight because it was kind of iffy, earlier today because they said she ain't going to last. The doctors are saying that shit. I can't stand that shit. People speak stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's almost like a wish,
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I didn't know if I was going to even be here at home. I got my laptop already packed and shit.
Yep.
And ready to go, and I had so much good news and bad news. It's all freaking, oh man, it's like a web or something, or twisted like a rope,
Yep.
Hey, Michelle, welcome, sister.
All right, you are up.
Okay, the next one is on 44.
You're on 59, page 44. Cycron, or something like that.
Cycron, who had lost his arm in battle alongside Garon, Cycron, servant of Baal of the moon. Cycron, who connected to the floating beast into battle. Cycron, who, when connected, looked like an elephant and grew his arm back. Cycron, who harvested and drank the blood of the Nephilim in clay pots with carrots. Cycron, who demanded that those follow him shave their heads in ritualistic patterns. And those from the hot lands of elsewhere do. Cyclone, who trained the great beast to stain upon the circumcised and hold him still until his army could cut their throats and stomp their skulls. Before the water came, the field of battle was soaked with blood, and it was Cyclone and his giants doing. Cyclone's army was 500 giants.
Wow.
Whoa. You think about this now. We've seen these armies of different numbers of giants.
Mm-hmm.
But say you got 2,000 30-foot giants, but then you have 500 mile-tall giants.
Yep.
Who's gonna freaking win here,
Yeah, I know. I bet you the earth was just the shaking when they were pounding each other.
Good to see you, David Castle.
David Castle's in the house.
Yeah.
And Witchy Moon's in the house too. I missed her.
Yes. Good to see you too, Witchy.
Project Skyfalls. Yeah.
Yeah, I love witches myself.
There you go. Okay, Glug, the ugliest giant to walk before Baal of the earth. Glug, whose ugliness could stun a bull elephant, beasts of the fields. Glug, who while in a trance spoke the words of Baal of the stars and celestial bodies. Glug, who prophesied of the great waters to come. Glug, who with his horrible visage led the first of the Rephaim to battle. Glug, who wrung Nephilim's necks with his hands that were dangerous weapons. Glug, whose terrible physical twisting was never undone. When Ball of the Earth looked upon Glug, he looked with respect. Glug, who had the eyes of certain death, Glug's army was 500 giants.
It kind of remind me of bringing chickens necks when I was a kid.
Yeah, that's probably what it was like too.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, I mean,
Yeah.
I think about that stuff now. That must have been a terrible way to go.
Yep. Okay, you're
These
up.
chickens, they were running around. They'd be running around
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
circles with blood squirting out of their neck.
Okay. Ah.
And their heads, their beaks would be going in and out, up and down, you know?
Yeah. Okay, ISBE. I want to be able to eat food. Okay. Hastor.
Well, you know, it's a little more humane now, you know.
I know it is. I know it is. I'm just getting this image in my head. I just okay.
It was twisted though, you know.
Yeah.
Literally. Right off.
Okay.
But I remember that shit, man. When I was a little kid, I remember that shit.
Yeah, everybody did that. Okay, you're
And
up.
as soon as we could catch the running bodies of the chickens, we'd grab them up and toss them in a freaking pot of boiling water.
I know. I've done it before. Not something I want to remember so much.
You know, and I never thought about it, you know, until older, you know, until I got older, you know, about what was going on there. But
hey,
that was a freaking brutal way to freaking kill something.
Yes, it was. Go figure, huh?
And the only reason I bring it up right now is because what did we read here, you know?
Yep.
All right. And I got Hastor.
Yep.
Ox battle strategies. Hastor, who rode a large beast of old to the field of battle. Hastor, whose heavy black hair was a crown to him. Hastor, who was the priest of Baal of the moon. Hastor, who was honorable and whose counsel was like deep waters. Hastor, who forced his sandaled foot into the necks of many of the failed circumcised. Hastor's army was successful because the circumcised Nephilim nation is a nation without counsel, and there was no understanding among them. Hastor, who had prophesied the loss of the unspoken mistake in the great waters. Hastor's army was 500 giants. You know what?
Yeah.
Nobody gave me a choice.
Or
circumcising.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Maybe that's why
nobody asked me if I wanted to be circumcised.
Yeah. Well, seeing that, I agree with you. Well, why don't they do it when you're older? Well, I suppose it hurt a lot more, but then I guess it would mean something, you know?
Well, you know what? I'm gonna find a way, and I'm gonna get my justice done on this shit, because this is bullshit. I am not obliged to be
I know.
You know,
yeah.
What do they call it? To be honored to given over to to Nimrod,
Yeah. I know what you're
devoted
saying.
to him. I'm not
Yeah.
about blatch that shit. They took
Yeah.
my freaking, they stole my ability to
choose.
yes.
I totally understand, man.
It's
I'm in
freaking
the same boat with you, man. I'm in the same boat. Okay, then let's go on. The dragon siblings with white hair and blue eyes entered the 100,000 giant war from the east. The dragon siblings that told of wealthy cities in the sky. The dragon siblings who worshiped gods we did not know. The dragon siblings who were protected by the bright ones. The dragon siblings whose joining army added 20,000 Rephaim to the battle. The kingdom of Og hired the dragon siblings with the gold stripped from Baal of the earth's temple. A curse forevermore is upon all of us for our purchase. Their tales and exploits against the circumcised, are they not recorded in the wars of giants in the mountains? Well, that's interesting.
yes.
20,000 right there. Okay, you're up.
Wow, that's a lot of giants.
Yeah.
I wonder how big they were, how tall they were.
I don't know. I suppose they all varied. Okay,
I mean,
Terra.
we found, there's been several giants found that was 30, maybe 36 feet tall.
Yeah, well, like it says, it varies, but they were all big. They're all, I mean, I don't think I'd want to match up with any of them.
Oh, no, I wouldn't have messed with a 30-foot tall giant, much less a 3-mile tall giant.
Yeah.
And Mud Fossils is saying that the whole earth is made of giants.
Well, I mean, if you were standing on a mile-tall giant, would you even know it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
Yeah, you could be sitting on one, or you build your house on top of one, you probably wouldn't even know it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, okay.
I live on sand.
Terra Hunt, the hungry. Go ahead. So you're up.
Terra Hunt, the hungry, who ate many sour dead on the field of battle, and who was spared from sickness by a potion from Ecaletus. Terra Hunt, who killed as many uncircumcised Nephilim as Ballas, the finisher. Tar Hunt, the scarred and hungry, who attacked Keith first and killed with the driver and chaser. Terra Hunt, worshiper of Baal for the moon. Tar Hunt, who waited upon the dark ones and was of good courage and was strengthened by Baal and the moon. Tar Hunt, who was surrounded by the voices of the dark ones that advised him. Tar Hunt, who prophesied the great waters. Tar Hunt, who had the eyes of certain death. Tar Hunt's army was 1,000 giants. Man.
Yeah, 1,000 giants there.
Mary,
who connected to the floating beast of in battle. Mary, who, when connected, looked like a rhinoceros. Mary, who worshipped Baal of the earth. Mary, who lifted a hillside and killed 300 circumcised Nephilim with it. Mary, who was a lawless Rephaim, and whose dark ones hung about him like reeds by still waters. Mary, who sang, a whip for the beast, a bridle for the Nephilim, and a rod for Nimrod's back. Mary, who committed to Baal, or whose commitment to Baal of the earth was complete. Mary, whose eyes had been blackened and scorched in his quest for certain death. Mary's army was 500 giants.
Wow.
Well, that's interesting.
Yes. Wow.
Okay.
I mean, that's some crazy shit.
Picked up a mountain and killed 300 giants. But now that was a big giant.
Yes. Must have been a freaking 3 mile tall giant.
Maybe, or at least a mile tall one. Oh, it's funny.
And
Okay.
you think about that though. That's a freaking tall ass giant.
Pick up a mountain, and he killed 300 of them at one time. Now that's unbelievable. Okay, you're up. 66.
All right. Hiya, who scattered the pieces of the circumcised Rephaim on the field of battle. Hiya, who welcomed the dark ones of might within him. Hiya, of brutal stature, who gave his dying enemies vinegar to drink. Hiya, who carried the dead Rephaim from the field of battle to tie to the trees where the dark ones gathered. Hiya, whose dark ones tormented the circumcised Nephilim, so that they threw themselves down and dashed their stomachs and skulls open on the sharp rocks of the field of battle. Hiya, whose contention with the circumcised Nephilim was as the bars of a castle. Hiya's army was 1,000 giants. Wow, this is some brutal shit though, you know?
Yeah, these dark ones, they're like the crazy spirit things, you know? Man.
Yeah, I still, you know, I'm like, these are things that were brought out of Atlantis.
I don't know. I really don't know, man. I really
you know,
don't
because those was speaking about they opened a portal.
Could the dark ones could have came from the porthole? Yes. Now that I think it might have been, or the dark ones could have been here. This could have been their home planet. You never know, because they like to hang out by the trees, apparently. You know, maybe maybe we're looking at it backwards. Maybe we're the invaders and the dark ones lived here always. Do you ever think of that?
I didn't ever think of that, but I know we're in a lower dimension or lower
Plane of existence.
You know, plane and what
Yeah.
We're on the third one.
Yeah.
And they're saying that there's a fourth, a fifth, sixth, and all that, you know.
Yep. Okay, Arg. I wonder if Arg, the red-haired, who lost an eye once in battle. Arg, who took an eye of every circumcised Nephilim he killed. Arg, who's hated Nimrod with all of his soul and was responsible for Nimrod's original circumcision. Arg, who was so consumed by Baal of the stars and celestial bodies that the dark ones gathered about him as a storm in the sand. Arg, whose dark ones spoke through him and guided the Rephaim in battle. Arg, who had an eye of certain death. Arg's army was 1,000 giants.
I guess this is going to go through every army.
Well, yeah, until we get to 100,000, man.
Yeah, it seems like there's a
lot of them. There's a lot of them. Well, it tells a
Okay,
little bit about each one.
We're on page 46 right now.
Yep, number 68. Yeah.
Caucus the Dark, Rephaim, from the hot lands of elsewhere. Caucus, worshiper of gods we did not know. Caucus, whose hair was as ropes and whose back was broad. Caucus, whose dark ones broke the bones of the circumcised Nephilim when told. Caucus, who wore the high-ranking circumcised Nephilim army heads about his waist. Caucus, who was scarred by Baal of the moon as he pronounced a broken incantation to raise the moon child from the dead. Caucus' army was 1,000 giants.
Wow.
Can you imagine seeing a freaking giant walking with a freaking rope of heads around his waist?
Yeah. But he must have been
that.
and then the thing is these guys really must have had magic, you know, and powers, because look at, he tried to raise the moon child from the dead, you know. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, to even think about having that kind of power has got to be something.
Exactly, you know, I mean, they must have been using some kind of magic, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, we got 69, Coruscant with crooked teeth. Coruscant, who along with Zakab soaked 1,000 cedar trees in oil, set them on fire, and threw them into the kingdom of the circumcised Nephilim. Coruscant, who shaved his head but let his beard grow. Coruscant, who called upon Baal of the earth to poison the rivers in the lands of the circumcised Nephilim. Coruscant, who was born half consumed by darkness, so that he never did one good thing. Coruscant, whose dark ones engulfed him as the fire licks about a sacrifice. Coruscant, who studied the ways of darkness until it was all that he was. Coruscant's army was 500 giants. Okay, you're up. Let's get through a few more of these before we have to go.
Corb the drunk, Corb, keeper of the vineyards, who was connected to a floating beast in the battle. Corb, who when connected was a bear. Corb, the drunken carver of idols and accursed objects of Mott. Corb, whose carvage were imbued with the blessings of Mott and his dark ones. Corb, whose mighty strength dug the uncircumcised valley of Og's kingdom. Corb, who had given his flesh to the dark ones of Mott at an early age, and whose eyes were darkened. Corb, who said the following: let the giants serve Mott, and the nations bow down to him. Let Mott be the ruler of thy brethren. Let your brothers and fathers bow to him. Cursed be anyone who curses Mott. There will be no blessings for you. Corb's army was 500 giants.
Wow.
Yeah. I
No
mean,
blessings for you.
well, you see, we're seeing from both sides.
Yes. Yes.
You know, the ones that were fighting with the circumcised and the ones who were fighting against the circumcised.
Yep. Leah, the Rephaim keeper of weapons. Leah, who taught the Rephaim how to kill with the driver and chaser. Leah, who's secretly worshipped Mot. Leah, who, as he bled, a circumcised Nephilim screamed. This is the blood of the circumcised covenant, which is shed for the uncircumcised giants. Do this in remembrance of Mot. Leah, with red hair, who ran mad in the forest under the power of many dark ones. Leah, who mixed animals and creatures into new beasts with the power of Baal of the earth. Leah, who placed rots in the sight of animals in the gutters so that they would mate strangely by the rods. Leah, who would not breed the animals that were feeble, for the feeble were for the eating, but strong were for warfare. Leah, whose unnatural beasts were both a blessing and a curse from Baal of the earth. Leah's army was 500 giants.
Wow, I mean,
So he was breeding weird animals. No wonder where we got the duck-billed platypus and the two-hump camel.
well, you think about all these chimeras or what do you
Yep.
call them?
Yeah,
Chimeras.
Yep, come on, chimeras.
The bull-headed beast and all these creatures that were half animal and everything. And this comes right back circle
Yep.
to
Project
Anunnaki.
Yeah, it does.
Because they were genetically experimenting on everything.
That is true.
So there must have been some kind of technology going on here.
There must have been. Yeah, exactly. I totally agree with you. See, as we read these, we find out more and more and more about, what they could actually do. There obviously was some kind of technology, but they lived very primitively. Weird, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
They had the technology to splice the genes and stuff of different things.
Yeah, they did. Okay, you're up. Let's finish this page and we'll call it a night. Yebzu, huh?
Yebzu, the bastard son of Baal of the earth with no discernible parentage. Yebzu, who ate the young and entrails of all he killed. Yebzu of old, who conversed regularly with the bright ones. Yebzu, whose dark ones made him as a barrel with his face, the appearance of lightning, his eyes as lamps of fire, and his arms and feet were like the color of polished brass, and the voice of his words as the voice of multitude of spirits. Yabzu, who knew the incantation to raise the dead. Yabzu's army was 3,000 giants.
3,000 more. Wow, he had a big army.
Wow, I can't even imagine a creature looking like that.
Yeah, I know it'd be hard to scare the pants right off of you, I tell you that.
Man, I think I shit my pants actually.
Yeah, that's it. Sandar.
Yeah.
Sandar the Dark, Rephaim, from the hot lands of elsewhere. Sandar, who's shaved his head bald before ball of the earth. Sandar, who threw rocks and missiles over the field of battle with Zekab and Crocell. Sandar, who sent 7 dark ones by themselves within him that spoke through him in turn. Sandar, who defended his army from its enemies, saying, I will defeat this army to save it, for Ball of the Earth's sake, and for the uncircumcised in the kingdom of Og's sake. Sandar, who delivered his army from the circumcised with unspoken fury. Sandar's army was 500 giants.
Okay. Next one is Zappin. Zappin?
Yeah. Yeah. I think the X is silent. Is it silent? Appin? Yappin? I don't know. Guess.
He's a priest of all the sun. Zappins, whose dark ones appeared as 3 dark giants flanking him. Zappin, who was captured by the circumcised Nephilim, dragged into Nimrod's kingdom, and thrown into the furnace. Zappin, who cried out before the flames, shall I be cursed to die of flames, as the high priest of Baal of the sun? Perhaps Baal of the sun has not redeemed us from the curse, because we hung our dead on trees where the dark ones gather after all. Well, I'm sitting here thinking about who was that in the Bible, that the 3 fellows that were in the furnace?
Oh, in the Bible?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the 3 guys that went in there, and
They were walking around the flames, and
yes,
the flames weren't touching.
The names are right on the tip of my tongue. Oh my gosh. What are they called? Oh, was it Bendigo? Bendigo was Bendigo and Reshop or something, and Bendigo, and I can't remember them all. Okay, I got two of them. Okay.
But I remember the story, you know.
Yes. He threw him in there, and they walked around, and he let him out, and he says, "Oh, you know, you guys must be protected by God," or something like that. So there you go. Okay.
1 million men.
Yes, 1 million. We have technology. We got 3D printers. Just print up an army. Who cares, right?
Yeah.
All right.
We'll always just print up a bunch of sand names.
Yeah. Okay. Nimrod then ordered the furnace to be heated 7 times more than it was usually heated. 15 of Nimrod's guards died from the heat as they pushed Zappin into the furnace. Okay. And Nimrod said, "Did I not put 1 Rephaim in the furnace?" And Nimrod's guards that remained replied, "He was but 1 uncircumcised Rephaim." And Nimrod replied, "Look, I see 4 giants walking about loose in the fire, and one of them looks like Ball of the moon."
What the hell did Ball of the moon look like?
I don't know. But see, here they're doing the same thing as that Bible story. And Nimrod's guards remained and replied, "But he was 1 uncircumcised Rephaim. This is almost the same kind of story. And Nimrod replied, look, I see 4 giants. Remember, there was 3 of them in there. One, and then there was actually 4 because one was an angel. I see 4 giants walking about loose in the fire, and one of them looks like Ball of the Moon. Then Nimrod came near the mouth of the fiery furnace and spoke and said, Zaphim, you servant of Ball of the Moon, come on out here. When Zaphim exited the furnace, not a hair on his head was singed, nor was his armor or weapons hot, nor had the smell of fire come upon him. Zaphim then said, I am a servant of Ball of the Sun, but rightly you speak, because Ball of the Moon, Ball of the earth, and Ball of the stars and celestial bodies, and Ball of the sun were in your furnace. Zaphim was then beheaded by Nimrod. Zaphim's army was 500 giants. So, you know that story in the Bible? Could that have been
based off of this?
Yeah.
I wonder.
Yeah. Huh.
They plagiarized a lot of crap.
Yes. They just changed the names, changed a little bits and pieces of it, and called it a day.
Okay, yeah.
And if you can't burn them, cut their head off.
Yeah. Cook the head and then eat it. Orneus, the willfully dark. Orneus, who continues, was like lightning, and whose remnant was as white as snow. Orneus, who prayed to the eternal, immortal, invisible, and only ball of the moon. Orneus, who captured the circumcised Nephilim, not to kill them, but they should be tormented as a hand when a scorpion strikes it. Orneus, whose dark ones protected his body and healed his wounds. Orneus, whose dark ones hated him and whispered against him. Wow. Then divides his harm. Orneus, whose anger lasted for a lifetime, who had no favor for his life, who wept until the morning, and whose joy never came. Orneus, who remained close to Og in battle. Orneus, who had the blackened eyes of certain death. Wow, we got all the way through that.
Well, now we are on the Lost Book of King Og, Chapter 4, the 100,000 Giant War, the Battle Preparations.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I guess we'll save that page 50 for next week.
I got it marked.
Okay, good thing. You got it marked. Awesome. I'm going to stop share. And there we go. But I got something to show you guys. Remember when we were talking about chickens? So there.
Oh,
there
yeah.
There's why the chickens here. So there we go. Looky there. I got me a little chick.
Cool. That's freaking awesome.
And I got a dog who wants to eat it, don't you? Come here. You look at the puppy. She wants to eat the dog. Oh, no. No. You got to be nice to the chicken. She wants to eat him in the worst way. She's like, oh. She sits there over the box and gazes at him like the putty cat and the Tweety bird, you know. That's what she does.
Yeah, it's just shedding it's down just now, growing adult feathers.
Yep, they're just starting to get pretty. As soon as it warms up, they're out of here. They're making a lot of noise.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like they're shed that yellow feathers.
Yep. I got black ones and I got yellow ones. I see Nicholas Burnett is in the house. Yeah, that was a close call. Scotty Boy, who's saying something about? Oh yeah, Scotty Boy was saying nuclear device, and I'm thinking, I don't think they did nuclear devices because they battled with honor. I think they were interested in ripping your guts out, things like that. Versus
the one dude was ripping out their freaking entrails and eating them.
Yeah, exactly. Chloe's in the house. Hey, Chloe, how you doing? Good to see
Chloe.
you. Good deal.
Welcome, and Nicholas Burnett.
Burnett, yeah.
Awesome.
Yard eggs.
All y'all, I'm gonna be posting these videos on my channel on ISBE Speaks, and all y'all come over and give me a view and a thumbs up, please. Thank you.
That's right. Go to ISBE Speaks and sign up, subscribe to his channel so he can get some more viewers. And we're going to get him over there. And we're going to do a show sooner or later here, right?
Well, I'm wanting to get 1,000 subs so I can do live shows.
Oh, yeah. Well, so do I, but it's hard to get there. But first, you got to start out with 1. And then you go to 2 and 3. And pretty soon you got a whole bunch. Right?
I have 3 channels. I got the ISBE and the ISBE 369.
Yeah, and you're going to post this on ISBE Speaks, right?
Yep.
Okay, and we're going to do a show on ISBE Speaks soon, right?
Yes, we are. I'm just waiting to see what happens with all this, my stepmom and stuff.
Does anyone, Witchy Moon says, does anyone have a link for ISBE? If somebody could find that, I don't know if I can find it fast enough. Or unless I put it in the description below. I might have put it in the description below. You got it? Just put your link.
I'll post it here in just a moment.
Yeah, post it up there for them. And they can go there and subscribe. You can do live with no subs on your. Oh yeah. You can go live on your computer. You just can't go live on your cell phone.
Yeah, that's the whole freaking problem.
Yeah, but
I can. But you know what?
I
have hotspot on my phone.
Yeah.
So I can go live on my laptop on the hotspot.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Let me get this.
You got it. I'm working on it myself.
All right. Let's see here. Go back to the dashboard.
I think I got it. Yeah.
Did you find it?
Yeah. I think Lucky Smith did too. I think we both got the same. Yeah, he was a little faster than me. There you go. There you go, Witchy Moon. I hope we helped you out there with that. And okay. Well, anyway, we've had a good night. We've done a lot of pages.
It's been awesome. I love this stuff.
We're about halfway through the book. I think there's 100 pages. Oh, less than that. Yeah, there's 96 pages in this book, and we're already at page 50. So we're more than halfway through the book. So tune in next week, same time, same place, and we will be doing another show just like this, only better, because we're going to get to more of the insides of the preparation now that we covered all the 100,000 giants. We're going to get to the good guts of it. You get it? The guts of it. Pun there. There was a pun.
Yeah, there was a pun right there.
All right. Yeah. Okay. And don't forget, everyone.
They've been ripping entrails out and eating them.
Yes. And don't forget, everyone, that well, look at, you got Nicholas Burnett who signed up. So you got that. I bet you got a couple extra subscribers tonight.
Thank you, Nicholas.
Yes. So anyway, don't forget to tune in on Saturday when we will be going live again. And my guest will be Lucky Smith, who, and I'm looking for another person too, unless, so if you can, somebody out there wants to talk about Atlantis, unless I can find somebody really good, you know, give me a holler, send me an email if you want to come on and talk about Atlantis with me. Okay.
No, I'd be happy to come on and talk to you about Atlantis. I read the Emerald Tablets myself, you know.
Well,
that's where I got my info from.
I might be giving you a holler.
You know,
how about that? Okay.
That sounds cool.
Well, and with all of that, everyone, remember, ISBE, take us out. Take us out.
Yeah. Favor be upon all of you. Thank you for coming and watching. And please, you know, sub me and help me get my channel going. Because, yeah, I'm fixing to hit the road. And when I'm out on the road, I'm wanting to do some live shows, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And, you know, I'm gonna be buying food for homeless people, putting it in bags, and then videotaping that.
That would be
going to
cool.
be on the ISBE channel, probably.
Yeah.
And then there's ISBE 369 also channel. Just come and join me.
We're gonna have some interesting times ahead, that's for sure. In the big SUV. And,
oh yeah.
7P has read the Emerald Tablets a few times. Anyway, Lucky Smith, you got a weird sense of humor. Yeah, but that's all right. We like that. We like that. Weird is good here. Okay, yeah. with that, weird everyone, remember, be the frequency you want to receive. I love you all. Peace, everybody.
Love you all. Good night.
And there we go.